So a bit of an update for you all on my Ultimate 35 Whelen. I'm calling this rifle Dark Star, by the way. So that's what I'm going to be referring to it from here on out. Everything is pretty much set up except for the scope. I do have a scope picked out. I just got to save up a little bit of extra money for it. So we'll be changing out that scope in time. But I have already taken this to the range and shot it. I could show footage of it, but it wasn't really like that entertaining. I'm just sitting there shooting the gun, not really shooting for groups. That first time I shot it out. Then the second time I took it out, I shot for groups, and it loves the Norma 180 grain Bond Strike ammo. It shot half MOA with that. Now, to be fair, that's only one group, so maybe it's an outlier, but I'm taking it out again tomorrow, actually, after work, and trying again, see if it can repeat that. That was excellent, and I didn't even have the new spring kit in the trigger. I actually just put this in, the $10 M-Carbo spring, and I'm going to show you how light this trigger is. So this trigger is the factory trigger, but it just has the M-Carbo spring in it, so it made it substantially lighter. About a 2-pound trigger, maybe a little under. It's not quite as nice as the Timney on my X-Bolt, but then again, that is a almost $300 custom trigger versus a $10 spring on a factory trigger. So yeah, the trigger's good. I don't think I need to upgrade the trigger at all. Plus, if you went with a Timney on this, you'll lose that nifty little bolt lock feature when you have it on safe. It's not the end of the world to lose the bolt lock, but it is a nice to have, you know. And then the biggest upgrade, I'm actually blown away with this product. This is a backstop recoil pad. This one's actually spec'd for when I get the new barrel on there, the 35 Whelen heavy barrel. So, but even though this isn't spec'd right for this build, oh my god, it really made it a completely different rifle. This butt pad did. First off, it comes in this plastic housing that they call the throne. It's supposed to make sure that there's no deformation with the pad after like being stored for very long periods of time. You know, these hunting rifles are only maybe used a few times a year, and so they sit for a long time, and so they have a protective covering. Sorry, I got to do this all one-handed. Go ahead and knock it off there so we can get a better look at it. But that is the backstop recoil pad that I honestly think should be installed on any rifle that you buy. Dog hair, get out of here. It is, when I first took this gun out, I was using the base pad that came with the Hunt 26 chassis. Absolutely miserable. 30-06 with no threaded barrel. Gun weighs like 7 pounds, 7.5 pounds, something like that. Absolutely freaking miserable to shoot this gun. I was like, man, I don't know if I could shoot this gun at all like this. Put that pad on there, bruh. It's the second softest shooting gun I own now. The only gun I have that shoots softer than it is my X-Bolt and 300 mag. That gun's amazing. I love the X-Bolt. But, you know, this gun is definitely going to be better once we're done with it. And it's shooting just as accurately as my X-Bolt is. So, for a 30-06 rifle, man, just the factory Tikka barrel. Pretty good shit, honestly. For $1,000, I mean, if it was threaded, fuck. This is probably the best. Tikka's probably the best rifle on the market. I mean, shit. Really good accuracy. I'm very impressed with it. The chassis just makes it even better. Really lightweight, even better ergonomics. So little upgrades, but they're going a long way, you know, especially this pad. Like, holy shit. That completely changed the rifle. Honestly, look at getting a backstop pad. I'm not sponsored by fucking anybody. You know, I have like maybe 10 viewers. This is seriously one of the most insane products I've ever seen. And it's not even spec'd for this rifle. You can get one that's probably even better. If I actually put in how much this rifle weighs and what caliber I'm shooting, this is set up not with the right build, and it's still hugely improved the shootability of this gun. And I do believe that they make these for the factory Tikka stocks. If I had a factory Tikka, just full factory, I would install this butt pad and I would put the M Carbo spring in there. That is a massive upgrade. A few things to note. When it came to feeding this rifle, I'd seen on a forum that for whatever reason, people were having issues with people like loading Hornady ammo with their Tikka, and I was having this issue as well. So whenever I would feed Hornady ammunition in here, and I'd close this bolt and, you know, we're feeding around, it would take a lot of force. Like, I mean, we're talking like to get it down there, to lock the bolt. With Norma, it had none of those problems. It is getting better. I think it just needs a little broke in, but that was just super weird. I've never seen that with an action, just not liking an ammo. If you're wondering what scope we're going to upgrade to, we're going to change out this Strike Eagle. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with this Strike Eagle. It's held 0 on this absolutely gnarly 30-06. And it's shooting half them away. It's a $500 scope, and fuck, dude. It's actually a pretty good scope. So far, I don't know how long it will keep this up, but I've been pretty impressed with it. For a little rimfire scope, or maybe like a 308 or a 223 or some little varmint budget build you're doing, like, this is an excellent little scope. Maybe it's because I have the super expensive Night Force rings on there. That's why it's holding the 0. I don't know. But I am upgrading this to a Night Force NX8. I'm going for the probably the 4-32 second focal plane, not the first focal plane. I actually have come to like second focal plane for hunting a lot more. It's just easier to see the reticle at lower zoom, and 90% of the time you're going to be at your minimum zoom. And, you know, doing holdovers, I'd rather get a dope chart and everything set up and just redial the scope and just get familiar with that. So anyways, I'll keep you all updated. I might do a range video with this. It is doing very good. Oh, bipod. This is the Spartan Javelin Pro Hunt. I'm looking to get some of the other legs for this, like the tack legs, the little short ones, and then the really long ones that you can use to sit down. So far, that bipod has changed everything I thought about bipods. And saying the lightweight, 90% of the time you don't even need a bipod on your rifle. Like, you're going to be shooting offhand, or you're going to find a rock or something. It's just way faster. But even if you do need the bipod, and again, like, you're carrying a bipod on the end of the gun, that's just weight on the end of your gun. It can get snagged up in branches and shit. I've had that happen. It can get annoying. Sometimes it digs into your back and shit, and it's just not fun to carry it with a bipod all the time. Now, it's definitely not a deal breaker. This is a very expensive bipod. You have no reason to go buy a bipod this expensive unless you really want that sort of adjustability that comes with this bipod. It's not just a bipod. It's like a whole different platform that you can change out the legs and kind of do whatever you want with it. Me personally, because it's connected by a magnet, it's super easy to just pull that out of your pocket, slap the fucker in, and then use the bipod when you need it. You only have it on the gun when you need it. That's the idea. I wasn't for sure about it when I first got it, but honestly, I'm definitely seeing the positives. So far, everything feeds good. The gun is shooting good. Everything is going too well. Eventually, I'm sure something will fuck up. We'll have to see. Hopefully it doesn't, but everything has gone a little too well. Again, I'll keep you all posted.